We just learned about first and second conjugation verbs in the present indicative tense. Now let's look at those same verbs in the imperative. The word imperative comes from the Latin verb impero imperare, to order or demand, so the imperative is the mood for commands. You can imagine how useful and important this mood is. We'll need it every time we want to tell someone what to do. How many times did you hear the following growing up? Brush your teeth. Eat your veggies. Clean your room. Don't play video games. These are all imperatives. In English, it is not difficult to recognize the imperative because it is often followed by an exclamation mark. This is easily found in your Latin books as well, but aside from this, in Latin, we have specific endings to recognize commands. It's important to emphasize that only two forms are present in the Latin imperative mood, the second person singular, you, and the second person plural, you all. If you include yourself in the command, as in, let's do something, you are actually making an invitation, an exhortation, or a suggestion, in which case the subjunctive mood will be used. We will talk about that when the time comes. For now, there are two types of commands in Latin. The affirmative imperative tells somebody to do something. Do your homework before watching TV. The negative imperative tells somebody not to do something, and it can be as strong as the affirmative. Don't watch TV until you have finished your homework. Now let's get into more detail. In English, without an expressed subject, it is difficult to know whether the person receiving the command is singular or plural, because the English verb only has one form. In Latin, the imperative has its own special forms, such that the singular and plural forms are different. Forming the imperative in Latin is not difficult because this tense is entirely regular. Just remember to drop the ending for the infinitive, are for first conjugation and ere for second conjugation, before adding the new endings. Here is how the affirmative imperative works. If we want to command one person to praise, we would say lauda. If we want to command one person to warn, we would say mone. If we want to issue the same commands to a group of people, we would say laudate and monete. Let's see some examples in a sentence. Me conservate. Reginam lauda. Puellas servate. Donum magistrae da. In pugna pugnate. You may also have come across two very common expressions in Latin or in Italian. The first is salve. This is actually a form of a command from salveo, salvere, to be well, and it is commonly used to simply say hello, though it is literally a command that someone be well. The same goes with vale. This one is from valeo valere, meaning to be strong, and it is often used in Latin as goodbye. The plural forms would be salvete and valete, respectively. Moving on, the negative imperative in English simply places don't before the verb, as in don't watch TV. Latin will instead use the imperative form of the verb nolo nolle, meaning to be unwilling, conjugated into second person singular or plural, followed by the desired verb used in the infinitive. For to go, it's like saying be unwilling to go, which really just means don't go. The Latin imperative of nolle is noli for the singular you, and nolite for the plural. For example, noli pugnare, nolite pugnare, noli timere, nolite timere. The imperative will often be accompanied by a noun in the vocative case, which is the person addressed for the command. Puellae flere nolite. Discipuli in scola manete. agricola, pueros voca. Pueri, capellam portate. Puella, aquam bibere noli. Puer noli timere. Now let's practice together. First, let's do some simple substitutions in the singular. The English will be provided, as well as the infinitive form of the required verb, which we must conjugate to get the phrase in Latin. For example, praise the queen. Lauda reginam. Servare. Serva reginam. Timere. Time reginam. Amare. Ama reginam. Tenere. Tene reginam. Necare. Neca reginam. Now we are going to transform the singular command into a plural. For example, lauda becomes laudate. Mone, monete. Ora, orate. Iube, iubete. Vale, valete. Festina, festinate. Moe, moete. Cogita, cogitate. Late, latete. Now let's try the opposite. See how the following plural commands become singular. Laudate, lauda. Parate, para. Persuadete, persuade. Narrate, narra. Abete, abe. Vocate, voca. Sedete, sede. Potate, pota. Iacete, iace. And that covers the rules regarding imperative tense for first and second conjugation verbs. Let's check comprehension.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel for more tutorials. Support me on Patreon so I can keep making content. And as always, feel free to email me, ProfessorDaveExplains@gmail.com.